Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of 10 of August 2023. Essence. Sweet children, when you go into the lap of the Father, this world ends. Your next birth will be in the new world, and this is why there is the saying, when you die, the world is dead to you. Question. On the basis of which one custom can you prove the incarnation of the Father? Answer. The custom of feeding departed spirits every year has continued in Bharat. They invoke a soul into a Brahmin priest and speak to that soul. They ask the departed soul if he has any desires. The body doesn't come back, just the soul comes back. This too is fixed in the drama. Just as a soul can enter, in the same way God's incarnation takes place. You children can explain and prove this. Song. To live in your lane and to die in your lane. Om Shanti. This song is of this time and continues on the path of devotion. It is at this time when you die alive and are with the Father that the whole world also truly ends. On the path of ignorance, when human beings die, they take birth in this world. The world exists all the time. There is the saying, when you die, the world is dead to you. However, when a person dies, the world isn't destroyed. That soul has to take birth again in the same world. When you die, this world too will end. You know that you will then go into the new world. Only you Brahmins know this. Because of being the children of God, you receive the birthright of the golden age. You receive the sovereignty of heaven. Hell comes to an end. There is no effort to make in this. You simply have to remember the Father. When a person is dying, people tell him to chant the name of Rama. Finally, when they pick up the corpse, they chant, the name of Rama is the truth. They say of God, the name of Rama is the truth. That is, they take the name of Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who is the truth. They turn the beads of a rosary whilst chanting the name of Rama. They continuously chant the name of Rama in such a way that it is as though they are playing music. The Father explains to you children, you don't have to make any sound. Simply keep remembrance of me in your intellects. You know that by your going into God's lap whilst alive, this world of sorrow ends for you. Baba, I will become a garland around your neck. The rosary of Rudra is remembered. It is not said, the rosary of Rama. You are sitting in the sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra, as you did in the previous cycle, in order to be threaded in the rosary of Rudra. There is no other spiritual gathering where you would understand that you will become the garland around the neck of God, the Father. You definitely receive the inheritance from the Father. Who says, Father? The soul. The intellect is in the soul. Your intellect understands and then says something. First a thought arises and then it is carried out by the physical organs. Truly, I belong to Baba and will remain belonging to Baba. In this last birth, you call him God the Father. So ask them, do you have knowledge of God the Father? They would reply, God is omnipresent. Tell them, you souls say, Supreme Father. So how can the Father be omnipresent? Did the Father enter the child? To call the Father omnipresent is totally wrong. Understand these things very clearly and then explain them to others. The sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra is very well known. Rudra is incorporeal. Sri Krishna is a corporeal being. Ultimately, who would be called God? Sri Krishna cannot be called God. People are very innocent. They say God is omnipresent. The Father resides in his own home. Where else would he reside? The Father has now come into this unlimited home. He is present here. He says, I have entered this one. Just as departed spirits are invoked into Brahmin priest, For instance, when the departed spirit of someone's father is fed, he would say, I have entered this one. I have entered this one, and so if you want to ask anything, you can do so. In earlier days, the system of invoking departed souls was very popular. A departed spirit is also just a soul. They feed a departed spirit, that is that soul. They would say, today we are feeding everyone. Because of the departed spirit of my grandfather or of so and so, therefore that soul is invoked and fed. Someone who loved his wife would call that departed soul back after she had died. He would say, I promised her a diamond nose stud. Therefore, he would invoke her into a Brahmin priest and give her a diamond nose stud through him. He would call that soul. The body doesn't come. This custom only exists in Bharat. It is just as when you go to the subtle region and offer bhog to someone who has died, that soul comes into the subtle region. These things are completely new. Until people understand very clearly, they have doubts as to what the Brahmins are doing. Look at the systems and customs of Brahmin priests. Bhog is offered in all the temples. They offer bhog to departed spirits. They offer bhog to the soul of Guru Nanak. But where is he? They cannot understand this. You know that all of those who established each religion are here. Just as Baba says, I established the Brahmin religion. He is the purifier. Pure souls come and establish a religion. However, a Sato Pradhan soul then has to go through the stages of Sato, Rajo and Tamo. At this time, all souls are in the graveyard. Baba is the purifier. He is never buried in the graveyard. Human beings cannot be called the purifier. Purifier means the purifier of the whole world. There cannot be anyone except the one Father who makes the impure world pure. Those people come to establish their own religions. The whole genealogical tree of the Christian religion is up there. Christ first came and then all the others followed him. Expansion continued to take place. He doesn't purify the impure. His population comes down, number-wise. The purifier is needed at this time when everyone is buried in the graveyard. He alone is the one who purifies everyone. You understand that. Truly the whole world is totally decayed at this time. The example of that banyan tree is given. The tree is very large. Its foundation is decayed, but the branches and twigs are still there. This too is a tree. The roots of the foundation of the deity religion have been cut away. All the rest of the tree exists. If the seed exists, he can establish it once again. The Father says, I come and once again carry out establishment. Establishment takes place through Brahma and destruction takes place through Shankar. There truly was the destruction of the innumerable religions. Those who studied Raj Yoga at the time of Mahabharat war, then established their own kingdom. You know that you will now go to the Father and then go down to the new world. The tree will then continue to grow. The deity religion that used to exist has disappeared. The Father says, I come and once again establish the original eternal deity religion. Bharat, that was the highest on high, is now eclipsed. By sitting on the pyre of lust, you souls have now become ugly. You are now sitting on the pyre of knowledge and are becoming beautiful. You had become ugly. It is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who makes ugly ones beautiful. You receive his Srimad. The soul of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is ever pure and beautiful. Alloy is mixed into souls. Brackets example of God, gold. You know that this old world is now to be destroyed and that everyone is to die. There won't then be anyone left behind to tell you. Chant the name of Rama. Look, when Nehru died, his ashes were scattered all over the fields. It was understood that the fields would receive very good fertilizer. When a tree is full of insects, they sprinkle ashes, brackets, like an insecticide, on them. This whole world will now receive so much ash. When great sannyasis or great souls die, Their ashes aren't thrown away. The highest of all are the sannyasis. So many will now die, and so much fertilizer will be received. So, why would the earth not give first class grain? In the golden age, everything is green and fresh. It takes time for this world to be made new. When you go to the subtle region, you are sown such big fruit and you are given mango juice to drink. So just think how much fertilizer will be received, and it is especially Bharat that will receive that. So many good things will emerge in the new world. By receiving this fertilizer, the whole world will become new. You are given the mango juice of paradise in the subtle region. You are granted visions of gardens, etc. Some children have had visions of that world. They go there and drink mango juice. Princes and princesses used to fetch fruit from the gardens. However, there cannot be a garden in the subtle region. Surely they must have gone to paradise. Visions would not be granted to everyone. Those who become instruments are granted visions. It is possible that if you stay in remembrance, if you remain Baba's children, then at the end you too will have visions. This cowshed first had to be made. You had to be baked in the furnace, and so many came at that time. It has been explained to you children that people will not understand simply by being given literature. A teacher who can explain to them is definitely needed. A teacher would explain in a second. This is your Baba and this is your Dada, brackets elder brother. This unlimited Father is the creator of heaven. If you just give someone literature, he would look at it and then throw it away. He wouldn't understand anything. At the very least, you definitely have to explain that the Father has come. It is your duty to beat the drums for this. There are truly the Yadavas and the Kauravas, and the great war is just ahead. There must definitely be someone to teach Raj Yoga. There also has to be the establishment of heaven. There will be the establishment of the one religion and the destruction of the innumerable religions. You know that you are changing from an ordinary man into Narayan, an ordinary woman into Lakshmi. This is our aim and objective. It didn't take God long to change human beings into deities. Only those of the Sun dynasty are called deities. Those of the Moon dynasty are called warriors. You first of all have to become deities. By failing, you become warriors. The Father says, sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children. There are so many long lost and now found children. Look, when someone's child is lost and then found after 6 to 8 months, he is greeted with so much love. His father would be so happy. This Father also says, beloved, long lost and now found children, you have come and met me after 5,000 years. Beloved children, you became separated, and you have now met me in order to claim your unlimited inheritance. Deity world sovereignty is your godfatherly birthright. Baba has come to give you the unlimited sovereignty. That one is heavenly God, the Father. He says, I have brought such a big gift for you children. However, you have to become worthy of it. You have to follow Srimad. If after saying Mama, Baba, you forget him and you divorce him, you won't be able to become a garland around his neck. Children are loved so much. A father puts his children on his head. This unlimited Father has so many children. Baba places you so high on his head. He places on his head those who have fallen down to the feet. You should remain so happy. You should follow Srimad. You have to follow the Srimad of the One. If you follow your own dictates, you die. If you follow Srimad, you will become the most elevated human beings, that is, deities. Baba asks you, with which number will you pass? The Father also says, become part of the Sun dynasty. Therefore, you have to follow Mama and Baba. You have to make others into spinners of the discus of self-realization like yourselves. When you bring others in front of Shiv Baba, he asks you how many others you have made like yourselves. These are such enjoyable things. Only you can understand them. New ones would not be able to understand at all that this is a college for changing from human beings into deities. Some are colored very well in 7 days, some are not colored at all. A lot of effort has to be made. The first thing that is explained to you children is that you first of all have to ask everyone, do you know the unlimited Father? They say yes, He is in me and in you. He is omnipresent. In that case, there is no need to ask them anything further. Since you say that He is the Father, how would it be possible for Him to be in you and me? The inheritance is received from the Father. So first of all, explain Alpha. The Father says, my long lost and now found children, none of the holy men or sannyasis can say this. You know that you truly are the long lost and now found children of Shiv Baba. You have come to meet him again after 5,000 years in order to claim your inheritance of heaven. You know that you were the masters of heaven and that you are becoming that again. You definitely have to go to heaven and you have to claim a high status according to your efforts. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children and the spiritual children says namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana. Number 1. Follow the mother and father and do the service of making others become like yourselves. Become spinners of the discus of self-realization and make others the same. Second, in order to become a garland around the neck of the Father, remember the Father with your intellect. Don't make any sound. Constantly stay in remembrance. Blessing, may you be constantly respected and remain stable in your self-respect by renouncing body consciousness. The children who renounce body consciousness is in this one birth and remain stable in their self-respect receive from the Father the bestower of fortune, the fortune of being constantly respected throughout the whole cycle. In return for this renunciation, for half a cycle, you receive respect from your subjects, and for half a cycle, you receive respect from your devotees. At this time, at the confluence age, God Himself gives His respect-worthy children respect. Self-respect and regard (respect) are very deeply connected. Slogan: continue to receive blessings from the Father and the Brahmin family at every step, and you will continue to move constantly forward. Om Shanti.